Hello, it is your girl Shy, and welcome to Abuse. We are ambitiously brave and unapologetically spiritually elevating Delhi. This is Abuse Redefined, and I did say in my last episode that I was going to be a little bit more open and upfront of my story and how I have gotten to this place. So we might as well start with mommy. And before I start with my story, I want to say a disclaimer. This is not a bash. This is not a belittle. This is not a berate. I am telling my story of how I was raised, and I am telling my experience. Um, Anybody else's story, anybody else's experience. Hey, I do not hate my mom at all. I love her. I thank her for bringing me into this world. I do. I would not be who I am if she didn't have me. So I have respect for her. I have respect for um, the broken person that she is, and I accept her for that. Um, and in saying that, um, as I said in my last episode, I was an IUD baby. My mother did not want any more children. Originally, she wanted 7. After my brother, she didn't want any more, so she got an IUD. 2 years later, I'm here. Came out with the IUD in my hand, and I was here. Um, Growing up, she used to say certain things like, your dad begged me to have you, or I didn't want you. Most of the time, these were times where I was taking up for myself, or I had gotten in trouble for something. And to hear that as a child was like, okay, I did this, and you're telling me about how you didn't want me. I did approach her about that, and she tried to explain it in a different way, um, which doesn't make sense. But I have to understand the place that she came from. And once I understood that, I understood her. And I understood why she treated me as such. Some of the things that um, my mom used to do, she used to speak bad about me. Um, she would challenge me. Um, Say I did something, she approached me. What you gonna do? Like, we're two people, complete strangers. Like, I bumped into her around the street like she didn't know me, not like she was my mom. What you gonna do? What? What? She even did it on my wedding day. Um, and I had to understand that she saw my power and tried to use her power as my mom to lower me. And looking back, it doesn't make sense of why she would do that. And I was trying to, I guess, get accepted, so I still dealt with her and the behavior until it was just unbearable. Um, Tearing down my self-esteem. My mom was very prominent in the community in terms of children, and to see my mom be supportive of other children was very hard for me. Um, a lot of people. I used to call my mom by her name when we were in public because she wouldn't answer the mom. Like when we were at her job, I'd be like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom." Call her name. What? Yeah, I just been calling you. So seeing her in the community and to pour into so many children, but to come in the house and to be too busy, too drained, or if it was before that, oh, I have to get ready. This phrase still rings in my head because she used to say, I don't have time right now. I have to get ready for the public. So hearing that was just like, oh, my stuff's on the shelf. because I have to nurture these other children. And that will make you feel like you have to kind of handle the things on the shelf on your own. So that's kind of where I kind of um, gained my independence, because the challenges I couldn't come to my mother about. My dad was the breadwinner. He was at work. He was a postal worker. He did overtime. He was in the music business. He played instruments. He was a producer. He was a provider. I'm not going. My dad was there. They're still married. My dad was there, but he did not see, because he was providing, and he also was trying to accomplish things in his career. So a lot was not seen that is told now. Like my father and I actually a couple years ago did have a conversation about the things that did happen. And I mean, it happened and it is what it is. There were times where I would, like when she would say she was too busy, and then she would go in her room and then talk about me. And she knew I could hear her because I'm literally in the hallway ironing my clothes. So you come in, oh, you're such a good mom, da 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 da. And then you go in your room and you call my grandma, and then you say this, that, and the third about me. And again, I just swept it under the rug, like, oh yeah, that's just my mom. That's just her. Friends, anybody else, I would let them go. But because she instilled in me, even when I would try and take up for myself, she was like, but I'm your mom. Like, it always was, I'm your mom. So it instilled in me was, she's my mom. Like, nothing she can do was wrong because she's my mom. Which, in fact, was false. It was false. Public humiliation. She knows how to push my buttons. So, again, she would challenge me. And I remember a couple years ago, I had actually stopped speaking to her. And she had fallen. And, of course, that's my mom. And I was there. I had fallen. She was trying to get up. I saw her. I went and helped her get up. And then helped her get up. Go back to where I was. And someone disrespected her. And I see it. And I go help her. I went and helped her. And then I became the problem. So from that, God had taught me, you keep on helping somebody that wouldn't stand tall for you and help you. I remember years ago going to her and saying, hey, Mom, I don't want me to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want to have any regrets, because we have a lot of issues. You know, I want to go to therapy. And she said, therapy? Send it in the effing letter. We're on the phone. I said, huh? Send it in a effing letter. You want me to send you a letter about how I feel? Okay. I tried therapy, and she just justifies it as she's not the problem. And dealing with someone for over 40 years that says they're not the problem, it is a problem. Because I can look back and see where I was the problem. Could I have been non-reactive? Yes. Did I disrespect my mom? No. Did I take up for myself? Yes. And I know some of you seeing this probably like, her? Yeah, no, your mom? Yes. Yes. Yeah. There's two sides of her. And it is not to say it is anything bad about her. That is her personality. And that's just her. You got to take her as she is. The version of her that you know, be okay with that. That's fine. My version, I'm going with my version because I know how it feels to be on the other side, and I know to continue to try to um, speak to or um, heal something that someone sees nothing wrong with is pointless. And it only hurts to hold on to an aspect of your life that you felt that you've been holding to onto for so long. Because I remember many times that I just wanted my mom. But it was just like, I know I'm not going to get the version that I want. So I'll deal with it. And a friend of mine, Beans, shout out to Beans. I was purchasing my second house and I had almost lost $10,000 in the house. And I was upset. And I called my mom and was venting to her. And she said, I don't know why you're going to do it. It was just her reaction just was like, well, I don't know what you're doing. And it was just complaint after complaint. And I don't even know why you're calling me with this. I hung up the phone. And I was so hurt because I wanted my mom. Like, I wanted something. And I didn't get it. And I called my girlfriend. I called Beans. And I'm like, I just called my mom. And she let me speak. She let me talk. And mind you, I've known her since high school, so she knows my mom. She knows the skeletons, some of them. And she let me finish. And she gave it to me. Oh, did she give it to me? She gave it to me, but I needed it. And she gave it to me just like this. Why you keep on calling her? What are you expecting from her? Because you're not going to get it. So I don't even know why you're going to call her. You keep on expecting from something from her that you're not going to get. And it was like, what can you say to that? Because that's exactly what I was doing. Performing. For her, for years. I was performing. For something that I wasn't going to get from a person who couldn't give it. She couldn't give it to me. She was jealous of me and my dad's relationship. What mom says to her daughter, don't ask my husband for nothing. Bro, that's my dad. Don't ask my husband for a ride. Don't ask my husband to help you. Don't ask... What? This is my mom. Married to my dad. Not my stepdad. Not somebody... she's my stepmom. This is my birth mother. Don't ask my man for anything. Why did you ask my man for that? Soon as he would leave. Don't ask my man. Why you asking my man for that? That's my man. What kind of mind thinks of her daughter as a threat to her man? So through therapy, through reflection, through my spiritual journey, I realized that's her. And yes, she is my mother. Yes, she birthed me. But that is her. And I don't want to say that is jealousy, but I want to say 90% of the time, if I call my mom about something, oh, I ain't never had to go through nothing like that before. It wasn't advice. I've never had to go through nothing like that before. Not thinking, analyzing, trying to help me. Oh, well, shit, I ain't never had to go through nothing like that before. What? So now I'm even more lost because you're not here for me. Like, what? My first bully? You challenging your child? You didn't even tell me I was pretty. And on anything, anytime you get dressed or say anything, my sister can tell you, oh, you look pretty ugly. Never pretty. Never you look nice. It was always a critique. That's not jealousy. How can you be jealous of something you created? Even though you didn't want it. Something you created. How many people out here that didn't plan a child? That doesn't mean you treat them as you don't want them. We gotta do better. Them older times, oh, and I can treat my kid and I'm the mom and just be no. 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 The I'm your mom, the talking, the stabbing in the back. No, let's be more supportive to our children. Because at the end of the day, anybody can tell you, I was the one always showing up until it stopped. It's good until it stopped. Until the performance stopped. It's good until the performance stopped. I don't have to show up for someone who disrespects me. I don't. I have 4 children. I can count on my hand how many times my mother has kept my children. And I'm not comparing this to anybody. I'm not saying this as a comparison. I'm saying this as my story. My brother has a child. My sister has a child. My mom would keep them for weeks on end. Not mine. Because I was different. And it was okay. Because it made me a mom. It made me more supportive. It gave me more guidance to for my children. It kept them from being around that energy that can affect people. So while at the time it may have felt like a lot, probably saved myself and my children mentally from some stuff. And again, I'm not saying that she's a bad person. I'm telling my story. That's just her. Take it as it is. 10 toes down, I'm standing on what I say. And that was always a problem in my life. I had no problem. I wasn't disrespectful, but I'm not going to let you sit here and lie on me. No. I remember it was a time that her friend told her that I disrespected her. And I believe I was like 16, 17. And she said, I'm going to take you in the house and beat you. She came in the house and got the belt and tried to beat me with the buckle side of the belt. No, you won't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you're not going to beat me. I didn't disrespect this lady. She came in there swinging that belt. And then I was disrespectful for catching the belt. Because you're not going to hit me with the buckle side of the belt and I didn't do anything. At this point, you're just taking your anger out on me. For whatever somebody else said or whatever is going on in your life. I was the punching bag. I was the catch-all. I was the black sheep. I wasn't supposed to be the smart one. I wasn't supposed to be the pretty one. I wasn't supposed to be the successful one. I wasn't supposed to be able to stand on my own. I was supposed to always have to depend on her. And that's how she tried to make it. So I always would have to depend on her. Don't do that to your kids. That was my first bully. 10 toes down, my first bully. I never had. I can't even tell you how many times my mother has physically come up to me and chest bump me and challenge me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? On my wedding day, she had a bouquet. I had a bouquet, big one. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna get your flowers. I'm gonna get my flowers too." She came out and said, "You got a bouquet? Like a smaller version of mine?" "Yeah, why was wrong? What you gonna do? Is something wrong? Say something." And I'm about to walk down the aisle. Mind you, I'm getting my makeup done and I'm about to walk down the aisle. So my experiences were not very good. And to anyone who has seen me grow up, or know her, I don't want you to treat her any different. This, again, is my story. I have lived it. It has made me who I am now. It has molded me into the strong person I am now. Did I want it? Did I want to go through things on my own? No. Do I appreciate the stuff that I've been through? Absolutely. But did I want it? No. Did I want a mom? Yes. Daddy, on the other hand, "Hey, Dad, what's this? Hey, you got that." My dad, when I went to him, because it was more times, I think, and it was more about trying to get attention or validation from my mom. And I wouldn't go to my dad, but my dad had some of the best advice. I actually just told him this the other day. Like, "I heard what you said. Your advice was amazing. Your it didn't fall on deaf ears. It didn't at all." And I appreciate him 10 toes down. He don't even understand. Even till today. Even with me coming to him about my mother and myself situation years ago. Like, I respect him as a father and as a man because he took the time and he listened to me. She doesn't even listen to me. She like, "Oh, that ain't happening. I didn't. And yeah, I said that, but I didn't because but I'm your mom." Girl. Okay. Thank you. But I want you to be there for all them kids that you was there for and supported. That's who I want you to call on when you need them. And I'm not being smart. But people get tired. People will eventually tell their story, and I kept this light. I kept it light. And I try not to blame her for me being sex trafficked. But if my mother and myself had a different relationship, that wouldn't have happened. So again, this is abuse. We are ambitiously brave and unapologetically spiritually elevating daily. Last thing, my therapist years ago, my therapist said, "Hey, after all the things that you've been through," he said, "I want you to take a couple days and I want you to think." I said, "Okay, Doc, what you want me to think about?" He said, "Today or tomorrow something happened to her. Are you going to have any regrets for not speaking to her again? Because you have to go the rest of your life with this decision that you make." And I answered that question right away. He said, "I want you to think about it." And it was like, "No, it's nothing else to think about." Because I was tired at that time. I already knew what I wanted to do. Sometimes you got to hear from other people, and God was telling me what I need to do. I needed to step away. And at the time, I couldn't see. But now I see. And I see people. And she has trained me to see people. She has trained me to not hold on to things that no longer serve me. So, again, this is your girl Sha, and we are abused. We are ambitiously brave and unapologetically spiritually elevating Delhi. We are redefining abuse. We're not sitting around letting anybody mistreat us. We're not sitting around. I'm standing on business. I'm telling my story. Um, because it's mine to tell. And any battle or any fight I ever been in was to defend myself. So I'm telling my story because I'm not fighting no more. I'm standing on the truth. And if you can't stand on the truth, you can't be in my life. If you can't heal, it's not even all about healing. It's about being honest, letting go of control. Because once you try and control a situation with me, I don't. That's not pretty. I flow through life. Bad things happen. Because if you don't flow, you will crash. And sometimes we try to control so much, we cause the crash. Gotta let go of the wheel and sometimes let God drive just on autopilot. So again, this is a part of my story. This is your girl Shy. We are ambitiously brave and unapologetically spiritually elevating Delhi. And you guys have a great day.